With the recent outage that AT&T suffered and it was going down and you had outages all over the place and people got lost and didn't have phone service or 911 service, but it meant they also lost GPS, access to digital maps. So it got me wondering, who anymore can read an actual map and navigate themselves around? I mean, the lost art of map reading, it speaks to the decline in the ability to read and interpret traditional paper maps. A skill that it was indispensable for navigation. But I mean, with the advent of digital mapping technologies and GPS, reliance on physical maps has diminished so significantly. However, understanding how to map remains a valuable skill, and it's for several reasons you should have this skill. I mean, 1, self-reliance. Digital devices can fail due to battery depletion, damage, lack of signal, and I mean, in such situations, the ability to read a paper map ensures that one can still navigate effectively and find your way around an area where you might otherwise get lost. Number 2, spatial awareness. Map reading enhances spatial awareness, helping individuals understand their environment and layouts of the land, including distances and directions between different locations. Go inside somewhere and ask the average person, point north, they won't know. Point south, they won't have no idea where they are. You can be in their own neighborhood, out on the street in the city, and they're not going to know which way is north and which way is south. And number 3, it helps with critical thinking and decision making. I mean, interpreting a map requires analyzing information, making judgments about the best routes, and problem solving, which are valuable skills in all various aspects of life. Skills that people just don't have anymore. You don't have critical thinking and decision making the norm. You just have people wanting something else to do the work for them and telling them what to do. Number 4, the appreciation of geography. I mean, maps offer insights into the physical and human geography of a place, including its topography, natural features, cultural landmarks. I mean, these can foster a deeper appreciation and curiosity about the world because you're putting some effort into studying these things, where they are, how to get there. Maps are indispensable. Everybody should know how to read a paper map. And then number 5, outdoor activities. I mean, for the enthusiasts of outdoor activities such as hiking, camping, orienteering, boating, hunting, I mean, map reading is an essential skill for navigation and safety. If you don't know how to read a paper map and you do these things, you are putting yourself in great danger. I mean, I know if you go camping and I go somewhere I haven't been before, you can get a map specifically of the area. You can order one and say, I need one of this specific area, and they will map it out, and they'll have the topography, the types of trees in a certain clump, all things that help you understand if you can learn how to read that map. Now, map reading involves understanding various elements in order to read it. I mean, you got scale, which indicates the relationship between distances on the map and the actual distances on the ground. So you have to understand scale. Maybe your map is 1 to 25 or 1 to 50 or 1 to 100, whatever you're looking at your map. And it could sit there, and 1 inch on your map could mean 100 feet in real life. And you have to learn the scale and so you can calculate it and understand the difference, because otherwise you'll look at the map and go, that's not far, but it could be miles and miles away. And then you have the legend key. Now, for those of you that have not read a map or can't read a map, this explains all the symbols and the colors used on the map and what they represent. You have to be able to read all the symbols and the different colors. You got different colors for highways, things if it mark a railroad, whether it's water, whether it's dense forest, whether it's a bog type land, and when you're getting towards the mountains, it varies, and it's all through the legend key. And you don't have to memorize it. It's on the map. You just have to learn how to read it. And you have grid references. I mean, this definitely helps in pinpointing exact locations on the map. And you have so many people these days that I know now can't read grid references on a map. You'll look up what you want to find, and it says where to find it on the map. And it'll say JA21, and people are like, what's that mean? And you got on your map, and if you got the big map on the wall, you go across and you got J, and then you go down, you got 21, and you take it, and bam, where them two cross on the grid is where you're going to find your location. But so many people can't do that for reading a map. And then contour lines. I mean, these represent the elevation and the shape of the terrain. Now, they're one of the more difficult things to learn on the map, and that is okay. You don't have to understand them completely, But as long as you can understand by reading the map that terrain is going to change, so you know if you are traveling somewhere that you should be expecting to be going uphill, and if all of a sudden you're not going uphill, you're probably going in the wrong direction. And understanding to read these maps will help you also pick out when you're looking around which direction you're going in, whether you're going east or west or north or south. But you have to be able to halfway understand elevation and the shape of terrain on the map to properly use one. I mean, because these things are absolutely crucial if you want to understand the topography, especially if you are going into the bush or into the mountain area somewhere. You need to understand these. But I want to finish by acknowledging that despite the dominance of digital navigation tools, there is a growing recognition of the importance of preserving and teaching skills of map reading. There are educational programs, outdoor clubs, and even digital mapping services that sometimes offer resources or training in traditional map reading to ensure that this valuable skill is not completely lost to future generations. I think this is a thing that needs to be taught. People should understand. But why? It's on my phone or it's on my computer and I print it out. But what do you do? Like I started out in the video with the AT&T going down. What happens if you lose access to that satellite and to the internet? I mean, if you're on your phone and you're camping and all of a sudden your phone gets wet or a signal goes down or the tower don't work in that area anymore, power outage, how are you going to know where you're going? You need to understand map skill. I use the map on my phone a lot. I use Google Maps a lot for stuff. But at the same time, if I'm going anywhere significant or going camping or anything, you always take an analog backup map. Always take a paper map. Even if I print it out of the area myself, I always have a map with me. Anyway, that's me saying my piece on that. It got brought up the other day in a comment on the video, and I thought, yeah, that needs mentioning. People need to understand the importance of an actual map. So anyway, this is Drac saying, I'll talk to you later. Until next time, peace out, everyone, and stay safe.